Say what you will about next-gen games, but every true gamer has a soft spot in their heart for the pixelated charm of old dot graphics. The basis for many a nerdy tattoo, the 8-bit system is indeed not a lost page in history. Atlas Games proved this point when they released 3D Dot Game Heroes for PlayStation 3, and a special shout out to my buddy Justin from Cranberry for this kind donation to the underwater base. This game begs to be played by those nostalgic for The Legend of Zelda, particularly A Link to the Past. Here is a fine example of gaming for gaming's sake, because 3D Dot Game Heroes reaches way back from its next-gen pedestal into the old photo album, and gets a lot of inspiration from it. To say that it is a direct rip-off would be unfair, however, as this adventure has its own unique design that looks like a stop-motion Lego block animation. If you are unfamiliar with Legend of Zelda themes, first of all, please do yourself a favor and play that game first. Until then, I'll go ahead and assume the majority of you understand the homage this game pays to Zelda when I tell you that the first items you acquire are dash boots that will make you chug ahead like a freight train. Other equipment you will use are bombs, bow and arrows, boomerangs, and potions. Now if you piss off the chickens, prepare for punishment, and later on in the game, you will acquire a fairy companion who will follow you around and offer advice. The most visible of your equipment is your comically huge sword, a weapon that would make Cloud Strife look like an amateur. The storyline is reminiscent of old-school adventure games. You are a scholarly hero living in Dotnia, a dystopian kingdom under dark rule by, appropriately enough, the Dark King, Onyx. And he is the typical bad guy in the game that you're trying to defeat. I'll go further and say that in order to get to your dark adversary, you must first clear out the 6 themed temples that are scattered around Dotnia. Now, what kind of hero are you? The answer is, it's entirely up to you. Before you start your adventure, choose from a variety of heroes made out of big fat blocks, like ninjas, knights, samurai, gorillas, shark fins, Santa Claus. Yeah, that's right, I said ninjas and knights. Me, I chose legendary ninja hero Bungo Maru. He'll slice you, dice you, then hurry to the coffee shop, where he has to conduct poetry night, man. Then I got kind of bored of him and chose Santa Funk. James Brown would be singing Funky Christmas if he could see this hip version of the jolly old elf. Being a big fan of off-the-wall characteristics in video games, this feature made me happy even before the game began. The blocky characters and elements of Dotnia blend in well with the next-generation environment that they live in, with sunny skies and shimmering lakes. Look for in-game features which include a snapshot option where you can take pictures of your greatest moments in the game. My fellow gamers, what we have here, as I said before, is a game for gaming's sake. A game that explains the entire reason why video games were conceived, to both entertain and get you emotionally involved with the gameplay, storyline, graphics, and it sure worked for me. 3D Dot Game Heroes gives you all of that, with the next generation pizzazz that enhances the overall experience with beautiful and lifelike 3D graphics. Even though this is probably more well suited for the disillusioned old school gamer, I would recommend this game to just about anyone.